Hey beautiful people, welcome back to the channel. I'm Josie with Awakened Soul, and we're here for a reading about the person on your mind and your connection to each other. I'm so glad you're here, and I hope you're having a fabulous day or night whenever you're joining in with us. In today's pop-up reading, we are going to be chatting about your person's honest intentions towards you. So we are going to be going in depth in today's reading to talk about what their goals, their aims, and their aspirations are in this connection, what their true intentions in the 3D actually are towards you. So we're going to get started with the oracle cards as always, and then hop into the tarot after that to be as detailed as possible. Later on in the reading, we'll also get a few channeled messages out from them to you, as well as tiles, charms, and astrology dice for bonus confirmation and info. And then last but not least, we will end today's reading with a short message just for you. So I highly encourage you to stick around till the end. It's intended to help you uplift your energy and bring the focus back toward yourself again. I will also be doing an extended in today's reading where we will be chatting about what you can expect next from your person. Not just their intentions, their goals, or their plans, but what's actually going to happen going forward in the 3D. So if you'd like to check the extended out, you can find a link down below in the description box or the pinned comment or straight over on Patreon. And if you join us over there, you'll get access to hundreds of additional extended and exclusive readings. And recently I've also added a bonus tier where you get roughly 4 to 6 additional exclusive readings every single month. I'm adding to that pool still, but so far this month I have uploaded 5. So anyway, we're gonna get into it, you guys. Introducing the cards to you is where we will begin, and then we'll carry on after that. So first up, we have getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. Engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. This could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. Dragonfly, oyster, sea serpent. This is also the sacral chakra card of this deck. We have sublimation, reddening, spring, and alchemical wedding. Okay, now before we dive into the messages, I want to mention that this card was throwing me in a loop, you guys, because I actually tried to start off with this deck, my alchemy deck, to get us started, and I was having such a weird time getting cards to come out. I just had a feeling that I needed to put that on pause and switch over, so I actually jumped into this deck instead. But then later on felt called to pull from this deck again. And the reason I'm mentioning that is because the spring card kind of wanted to come out the first time around, but I am super picky about how cards come out when I read. If it doesn't feel right, or if it comes out weird or in an extra big cluster, I always reshuffle. And so when it came out again the second time around, I was like, okay, well, clearly that was meant to happen for a reason. And I wanted to mention that to you guys because to me, this card holds a lot of significance now. The fact that it kept wanting to come out, and it did time and time again, even when I switched decks and whatnot, yada, yada, yada. So we're going to touch on that fairly heavily once we get to this section. The first thing I want to talk about though is the underlying message that's almost interwoven between all of the cards here. And what that is your person's intention, their first and foremost, most important intention towards you seems to be allowing things to unfold with a faithfulness that they already know where the journey is taking them. And what I mean by that is that it seems like your person at their core already knows that there's something very special about this connection. You could be the one for them. Maybe they believe in fate or destiny. They basically already have this underlying energy of knowing that the two of you are meant to be together for a very long time, possibly even a lifetime. but also wanting to kind of pump the brakes a little bit and take things slow and not rush the process. Even though at their core, they seem to be quite certain and quite sure that this is the connection for them, they are consciously trying to pump the brakes a little bit, take things slow, and let things sort of blossom and bloom and unfold without rushing that process. So their number one intention towards you is to be in this for the long term, but to not rush that process, to take their time. It's reminding me very much so of the Knight of Pentacles, okay? The Knight of Pentacles is notorious for being a slow mover, but very calculated and very dedicated and loyal to whatever goal they have in mind. And that's reminding me very much so of your person. They're loyal to this connection. They're loyal to you. They're loyal to the end goal, which seems to be a long-term union with you, but they're also not in a rush to get from point A to point B like the Knight of Wands or the Knight of Swords would be. They're taking their time getting to know you. They want you to get to know them. Courtship might be really important to this person, you know, going through the different phases and stages of a connection based on what they believe or what they think is right versus being spontaneous and just like running off to the sunset to go get married or elope or, you know, travel the world with one another. They really want to take their time and they want to be calculated, not because they're second guessing you or how they feel about you or the connection, but because they just feel like that's what's right for them, okay? But they know that the wait is going to be worth it. And I think that's why this card came out second. They want to get to know you. They know that's going to deepen your bond with one another. And they know basically already where this is headed. They don't really second guess themselves with that at all whatsoever. So they know that the wait is going to be worth the effort of taking their time, having you take your time, and just letting this unfold and bloom into what it's meant to be over a long period of time. So we're talking about a very slow mover here. If this is your reading, I'm assuming you're already picking up on that vibe. That's not news to you. They are a slow mover, but it's a conscious slow movement. It's not them keeping you at arm's length or trying to, like, you know, have one foot in the door, one foot out. They already know where they want to go with you. They already feel like they know where this is headed. They just want to take their time and enjoy the journey and not rush the process. They want to live in the present, I guess you could say, and just enjoy each present moment with you. So of course, they may already have some thoughts in the back of their head of taking things to a higher level with you. We have engagement here. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. That could mean literal engagement or marriage. That could just be formal union or continuing to ascend and rise higher and higher. That's illustrated here through sublimation as well. This talks about rising up above challenges, rising up over time and descending. And this card, every time I look at it, including right away when it came out, I keep hearing the song Higher by Creed. So you might want to go listen to that song when we're done in this reading. I keep hearing higher and higher. Can you take me higher? So I feel like that is also part of your person's intention, is continuing to grow, continuing to level up as time goes on. But instead of it being like an escalator where it's going up really quickly, they're like, let's just take the stairs. Let's take our time and enjoy the view while we do this. Let's not rush it. Let's just enjoy this process, okay? So I wanted to mention that to you too. And it could be that maybe a teeny tiny part of that is because your person second guesses themselves. The first animal card we had up was the dragonfly, and this talks about mastering through illusions, deciphering what is real from what is an illusion, and seeing things clearly, not through like a lens of fog. So it could be that a tiny part of this is your person wanting to make sure they're not getting carried away and that they really are certain about this. But I don't want you to get it twisted. It's not because they're second guessing you or their feelings for you. They just want as much assurance as they can possibly get, and they just don't feel like they're in a rush here, okay? I wanted to read this card to you. as well because that card was so highlighted. So I've kind of been saving that for the end. I bookmarked it for us, so I'm going to go ahead and read some excerpts from it. It's the spring card, of course. It falls on page 118 and 119, so January 18th or 19th could be important, or possibly November 8th or November 9th. I want to throw that out there for you. We have blossoming, becoming, and the horizon. When spring arrives, our eyes lift from the work and we peer out the window of our laboratory. We realize Earth has been in its own transformational spin, readying itself for a new era of growth. In a state of wonder, the alchemist sets aside the work of winter and opens the door, stepping into spring. When this card arrives, it indicates a blossoming, a becoming into one's own. It's generation time. You may be dreaming up a business plan, humming a new melody, or flirting with a special someone. Spring is the season of the East where the sun rises and lights the world. You do not have to work on anything during this phase. Let the energy of the season push through. You made it through winter and the bulbs burst on their own. And again, that's reminding me of the energy we've been talking about your person just really enjoying the process and not feeling like they need to go crazy or put in a ton of work right now. They can kind of just let things blossom and bloom on their own naturally without having to put a ton of effort in. This connection in a way to them feels very much effortless. It feels natural. It feels organic. It doesn't feel forced. And maybe they've been in connections in the past where they did feel like they had to force things, force timelines, force agendas, force goals, or force alignment. With this, it feels so natural and effortless, like they can really, really just enjoy the journey and the process. And that could be another motivator as to why they know where you're going. They know where they want to go with you, which is higher level commitment and experiencing growth, but they're not forcing anything because they don't feel like they have to. They just feel like this is what it is. It feels right to them. They don't second guess that. So why rush the process? Why rush the process? I said Russ. I don't know. Somebody's name could be Russ. Anyway, let's get into the tarot next, you guys. Let me swap some decks around because I want to get to the bottom one. Of course, that's the one that's calling out to me. Okay. And again, in case you missed the intro, we will be doing an extended on today's reading where we will see what's actually coming next from your person. Not just their goals, not just their intentions, but what you can expect next from them in the connection. So if you'd like to join, you can find it on Patreon or linked down below in the description box or the pinned comment. Geez, okay. This wanted to be face down, so we're going to kind of highlight that card. And it also came up with the Knight of Swords, so we're going to chat about that, okay? One of your person's primary intentions in this connection and inspired by this connection is personal growth, okay? I chatted about that a little bit in our last spread with the sublimation card and the reddening card, but I want to just drive that point home again because we have more information about it coming through with the tarot here. That's this combination right here, the Knight of Swords and the Three of Cups. Your person wants to be radically honest with themselves about their setbacks, their pitfalls, their hang-ups, any third-party energy that is holding them back from leveling up and ascending and growing, okay? So your person may have some bad habits or they may have wounds carried over from other connections. I'm not going to speculate. I mean, we all have our own forms of baggage and inner work to do, right? Your person is very aware of that. They want to become the best version of themselves that they can be. And one of their goals in this connection with you, their intention, is to be radically honest about that and to continue to grow and change and develop and level up as this connection unfolds. And that could be another reason why they're not necessarily in a rush, because they don't want to rush the healing process either. They want to take their time and do a thorough job with that. okay? And there's something about communicating, and I'm like getting choked up as I'm trying to communicate, which tells me they may struggle with being vocal about these things. And so that might be another intention of theirs, is to open up verbally about it with you, to actually speak things out loud instead of keeping it all to themselves, okay? We also have the Tower and the 10 of Pentacles, the 9 of Cups, the Ace of Wands, and the King of Pentacles. This is Gemini energy. This is Capricorn energy. So that could be in their chart or a significant time frame for the two of you. But yeah, they already know, like, you're the one, okay? Basically, to put it bluntly, they already know this. That's what the Tower is here, is they know that this is what's going to last them the rest of their life, potentially. And they don't second guess that at all. When we're in the energy of the 10 of Pentacles, we have a long-term legacy in our hands. We have long-term growth. Oftentimes in different tarot decks, it's depicted as like a family with different generations, like an older couple with a middle-aged couple with, you know, younger kids in the background, symbolizing a legacy that's passed down from generation to generation. It often makes me think of like a very long-term marriage or relationship, something where you build with this person, you grow over many, many years. And so the Tower essentially is them having this realization that you are the one. You're the one they're going to build this legacy with. You're the one that they're going to grow with over a long period of time. Maybe choose to start a family with or a business with. They already intend on that happening, okay? So like I've already said, it's not like they're keeping you at arm's length with ulterior motives. They don't want to rush the process because they know that this is already where you're going. I don't know if they've consulted a psychic, if they've gotten a vision about this. I don't know why they know so deeply that this is what it is, but to them, they don't second guess it. They just know. They have some sort of knowing, okay? They believe in fate, destiny, talk to a psychic. I don't know, something's going on, but they already know in their core that this is what it is, okay? And they want to keep working on themselves. Like their main intention here is to be the best version of themselves that they can be. Money matters may be very important to this person as well. They could have strong earth placements in their chart, maybe specifically Capricorn, perhaps, okay? But it seems like they want not only emotional security and stability, but they also care very much about having financial security, material security, you know, a nice house, a stable living situation, a good savings account, a retirement fund, okay? That's important to them. And so they also intend on continuing to level up in that department with you as well. Maybe the two of you are very good together financially. Is what it is. I guess I just heard it is what it is. I don't know why I heard that, but you know. So that is their dominant intention towards you, is to continue to grow but not rush the process. They want to also focus on stabilizing themselves, their life, and everything they have going on. So let's get into tiles, charms, and astrology dice. After that, we'll get some channeled messages from your person to you. I'm going to roll these like 3 or 4 times. You may see specific placements in your chart or their chart. Okay. So we have Pisces, Mercury, and Uranus. Pisces, Mercury, and Uranus. We also have Cancer, Venus, and Jupiter. Cancer, Venus, and Jupiter. Last but not least, we have Aquarius, Mercury, and Venus. Aquarius, Mercury, and Venus. Okay, and then let's get out okay. I think Faye is a name, isn't it? Faye, I don't know if that's how you spell it, but that could be somebody's name. Somebody's name could be Ray. Okay, so we have F-E-Y, F-B-Y, R-L-P. Those could be initials, okay? We have a music not a music note. I always say that it's a treble clef. It's not a music note, but it relates to music. So somebody could be a musician. Maybe one of the ways you two communicate or get close to one another could be through music, songwriting, lyrics, something along those lines. Composer. We also have a starfish, a swan, and a palm tree. These two are making me think of like the tropics or the ocean, being close to a large body of water. You may live near an ocean. You may have met on vacation somewhere tropical. It could also be that could be in the cards for the two of you, is to like move to a tropical place, be near a tropical place by a beach or an ocean, okay? We also have a swan. That's great news. That's usually a sign of longevity in a connection. Swans represent monogamy, lifelong commitment, love, soulmates, higher level soul bonds. So that's great coming out for you guys as well. Okay, and I love how it's stuck to the table too. Okay, so let's get out a few channeled messages from your person to you, and then we will hop into the extended shortly after that. Okay, so let's see what your person would have to say to you if they felt like they could be totally open and honest. I'm actually not feeling drawn to this deck right now, so we're gonna just use my handmade deck. We're gonna honor that. What would this person like to say right now if they felt like they could be completely open and honest? At this time, we have please send a prayer for me. If you pray, your person could be feeling very appreciative of you sending some prayers their way today. Feel free to pause the reading if you need to. We also have you light me up, trust me, I hide my feelings because I'm scared. I have a surprise for you. We also have, hold on, a couple fell to the floor, so let me grab those and reshuffle. Hold on. Ugh. There we go. Okay, let's get the reshuffling going. You are my sun, moon, and stars. How lovely is that? Yeah, your person thinks very highly of you. They do want you to trust them. Maybe you're getting a little bit antsy because you don't know where the connection is going, or because it's taking a while, or your person's a slow mover or something. That could be them asking you to trust their intentions, trust the process, trust them as a person, because they feel very highly about you, I feel. We have two smiley faces here. I don't have those in a lot of my cards, so I think you really make this person smile. You truly do make them very happy. Okay? So let's get you a couple personal messages now, and then we'll hop into the extended. We'll chit-chat a bit about the next things you can... I had to grab this card, you guys, sorry. The next things you can expect from them, what they will be doing next in this connection. Okay? So these are for you. If you need a moment to pause the reading to focus your energy and attention back toward yourself, you are welcome to do so. I also feel like I'm going to sneeze, so give me like 2 seconds here. Are we good? We're good? Okay, we're good. No sneeze. All right. You got faith. Stay true to your heart. The storm clouds will soon clear and the sun will shine once more. And your affirmation is, all my problems have solution. So as always, you're welcome to affirm that with me and the collective below in the comments section if you would like to. I'm packing up and getting ready for our extended reading. I hope to see you over there. But if you're leaving me here, I want to thank you so much again for being a part of the reading here today. And I hope to see you in the next one. Bye for now.